Good morning, mi gente. It's 9 a.m. I know, gay people and an LGBTQ plus Kiki at 9 in the freaking morning. Well, that's why I'm still in bed. Me, I'm FayWhat! And this program was created by Hotspots Happening Out. The FayWhat Show is America's first LGBTQ plus morning show, and I'm broadcasting live and also available on demand whenever you want. In 2025, our Hotspots magazine celebrates 40 years of documenting the LGBTQ experience. It is the largest publication of its kind in Florida and one of the oldest in America. Happening Out Television Network's Queer News Tonight is celebrating 5 years with 10,000 television stories and more than 10 million views in 2024. Hotspots Happening Out will be producing some of the most incredible LGBTQ plus events. First, the 25th anniversary of the Stonewall Pride Parade and Festival on June 14th with a gigantic nightglow parade on the famous Wilton Drive. Next, the summer's Red Hot Pride Fete on August 9th and Pride Fort Lauderdale in February 2026. In the same model of PBS and NPR, we are a nonprofit 501c3 organization whose mission is to educate and serve the LGBTQ plus community. It is Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025. We have lots of fun things to talk about, so come on, let's go.
Gay boys, hashtag that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, hashtag that girl. Pride-filled, tea-dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina, but she's universal too. If you find a girl to love, only one girl to love, then she'll be that girl too. That girl.
Now let's kiki about what's going on in the LGBTQ plus community. I have a sidekick joining me in bed for our segment called Gay Boys Sleep Late. This morning, I'm joined by my gay guy pal, singer, DJ, actor, theater kid, all around gorgeous boy, Eric Restivo. Eric is a former WeHo West Coaster, a well-known entertainer, DJ, podcaster, and star of the new television show, The W Boys. WeHo to Wilton. Good morning, Eric, and welcome back to my bed, boo.
It's such a comfy bed at that, by the way, and I needed to sleep in this morning. So I know. I only find myself in maybe like a handful of other women's beds, and yours is always one that I welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
A handful.
Happy to be back.
A handful.
Just like one handful.
Oh, okay.
One
No,
like
then that's
you,
okay.
like my mom, my sister.
Yeah, all you need is a handful.
Yeah,
at the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
What was I going to tell you? So we had quite a weekend this
Oh my
weekend.
God, listen, we're resting up from the, Luna just joined us, from the Easter bonnet contest at the pub.
On Sunday.
It was our second year, and I don't know if you know this fun fact, but we had 4 more contestants than we did the first year we hosted it.
Oh,
so we
wow.
went from 8 to 12.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, we have to give a big shout out to the Pub on the Drive, to George, to Beverly, to all the folks that work
All of
at
them.
the pub.
Jay was behind the bar.
Jay,
Mason,
DJ Don.
DJ Don Drennan.
God, like everybody is just like, they work so well together at the pub, and they make you feel like part of the family whenever you work for them. Right away.
They were having us give away drink coupons. They had a $25 ham special that was out, honey.
Yeah.
Coming out like hotcakes. And no, we just felt constant support from the management team as soon as we got there.
Right.
I loved it. And I loved seeing the creations. Shout out to, what was it? Alpha Bunny.
Alpha Bunny. Yes, our winner.
A Wicked inspired bonnet.
My God.
And it was
a Wicked and Weed.
Wicked and Weed. Yes.
Maybe you watch Wicked on Weed. So,
I couldn't. I would fall asleep.
Oh, yeah.
It's too long. It's
While
too long.
singing, I'd fall asleep or something.
Yeah.
But make sure that you follow Eric's social media or mine so you can see pictures and stuff about the Easter bonnet contest for Easter. And hopefully we will be back next year. Big shout out going out to Alexander, the owner of the pub.
Yes, we love you.
We love you.
Love you, Alex.
What a great way to celebrate Easter. The drive was lit.
It really was.
The drive was lit. There were just like random bunnies running around, like full outfits and just ears.
It was a parade of bonnets. Like you couldn't really see anyone's face, but you just saw their headpiece. piece.
Yes.
But if you started the day with the same group that you ended it with, by the end of the day, you just recognize them from their bonnet.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised that you would stay with the same group because there were just people like nomads drinking at this place and ending up over there or whatever. But it was a free-for-all and it was so much fun. We went over to
Alibi.
the Boozers, right?
The Boozy Belters.
The Boozy Belters.
I mean, that's a fine title for them.
I mean,
Jennifer McLean
facts.
and
Miss Bouvier. Yes.
And it was the tail end of their Boozy Belters show, and they had a great crowd
And they had a
for
great
the holiday.
crowd.
I think everyone was done celebrating with their family or chosen family and was out on the drive, kind of letting loose, per se.
Yes, everybody after church was like, I'm hitting the drive, right?
Yes.
And like they made the most of it. In front of Hunter's and Tap That Ash, the whole parking lot was just full with people just outside enjoying the beautiful weather.
And Tap That Ash, by the way, now that this has just turned into like a segment of all of our famous places on
our
the
happy
drive,
places.
our favorite places, favorite, same thing. Tap That Ash is like totally opened up, right? So it's like they've enhanced the space.
Mm-hmm.
They've kind of changed the furniture around. They've got a bunch of different alcohol alternatives. They've got a stage loft kind of thing going on top of the bar. Tap That Ash, I'm really looking forward to following the journey of the transformation that's happening on the interior.
I have to co-sign with that, okay?
Yeah.
Tap That Ash, thank you. I think that you've now almost 2 years with us, and it's just incredible what you've done in the 2 years, how you've welcomed all of us into your families, like literally, right? And I love to go to Tap That Ash when you first started, but unfortunately, a lot of the smoke would mess with my with my throat and also stick to my hair and stick to my clothes. So I would kind of run in, say hello, cameo, have a drink, and then run back out.
And like, unfortunately, even running in, you got that smell.
Yes.
Yeah, you really did.
So the folks
now it's
there,
only outside.
Yes. So the folks there came up with a great idea to make it, ashless, right? Like, you know, you don't smoke inside. You're able to smoke outside and still go in, enjoy all the great drinks, see the live music that now, like
they have
Eric said, they have a patio thing or something.
Who did they have when we
Synergy
were doing
Twins.
the cabaret? The Synergy Twins.
Yes.
And it was packed. It was like the crowd went from the bar, and it's a pretty long-ish, length from the door to the bar, and then it went another 10 to 15 feet outside the front door. We were really happy to see the turnout there. We really were.
Yes, we love it. So me and Eric had a great weekend. All right, make sure you let us know how your weekend was.
Yes, we look forward to hearing about it.
Let's Kiki on this interesting story, all right? Here we go again. The right-wing pearl clutchers are quaking after Lady Gaga's triumphant return to Coachella. Performing tracks like Abracadabra and Zombie Boy from her Mayhem album, Gaga brought drama, dancers in cages, and literal skeletons to the stage in a 5-act fantasy that fans are calling the best Coachella performance. The Guardian gave her 5 stars, and Variety declared she outdid herself. But of course, far-right critics called it a satanic, ritualistic style performance, dragging in trans rights, drag queens, and after-school Satan clubs. One unhinged Twitter user claimed Gaga and other queer adjacent stars like Sam Smith and Beyonce are part of a Fame for Satan trade deal. Fame for Satan, okay? Gaga cast spells, right-wingers see hell. What are we all talking about?
Hey, I'm clutching my pearls as we read this story. Listen, this is not the first time that there are people who still live in caves who believe that popular pop stars and artists and people of a certain platform and fame have made deals with the devils per se or whatever that is. But listen, this is art. Lady Gaga tells a story all the time. Yeah. She uses everything that surrounds her wherever she is. So her stage is transformed, the lighting, the effects. You are going to get an experience with a Lady Gaga performance with this pillow. So it doesn't surprise me that people are saying this. I think that I remember when she did the paparazzi performance and she hung from the ceiling and the blood came out. I mean, there were people who said that she actually died that performance and then came back to life. So there's always going to be crazy people that say crazy, crazy things.
Oh my God.
I am just happy that in this day and age of music that there's so many things changing, so many up and coming incredible artists that Lady Gaga is still here producing evolving and giving us new
Right?
music.
I mean, because at this point, she's been doing this for a nice amount of years. I would say like 15 years,
Right.
right?
And she mixed in, speaking 15 years, didn't she end the Coachella set with Bad Romance? So it's like she dipped into every pond of her music, which love.
Listen,
love,
if you haven't seen it, God, I don't even know if you can see it.
I don't know. Do you know? I don't think you
it.
can watch it on YouTube.
I don't think you can watch it yet, okay?
Yeah.
Because I saw it live on YouTube for Coachella, right? They had an awesome channel 2 weekends in a row, and it was fantastic. The fact that the Mayhem tickets came out and this girl can't afford them. All right, I can't afford where I want to sit. How about that?
It's normal.
I can't afford where I want to sit.
You can afford it. You just can't afford where you want to sit.
Exactly.
Right.
So, you know, for Coachella, Lady Gaga did an hour and 15 minutes.
A major set.
She gave almost a full concert. I looked at the list for Mayhem and the list of what she did, and she probably missed 5 songs, folks.
Yeah.
All right? So if you missed it, darn it. If maybe they do release it, please go watch it. It was everything. Like,
They
it was
might put
all...
it on streaming.
Maybe. They should. It was that good, Eric, that they should.
Yeah, they should.
And like Eric said, she incorporated old school, new school, the red, the blood, the drag, the dancers. Like, you were in it. You were involved. Like, you know, our time, she finished about 2 a.m, and I was like, I gotta stay up. I gotta stay up because it was
your eyes
so
were glued
good.
on it. Yeah,
because it was so good.
Yeah, I mean, people said the same thing about Sam Smith and Kim Petras with their Unholy performance. So, you know, they're always going to say, you throw in a red glare light and people automatically think that you're tied to the Church of Satan.
And you know what I think about is, like, when I was a kid, I remember having older cousins, and like they would record players. Okay, I'm old, folks.
Vinyl.
Right? Vinyl, right? And that the media would say that if you played the record backwards, you would get some kind of satanic message, you know? And this is, you know, so my point is that it doesn't matter what time of the world you're in, you know, what kind of year, whatever it is, there's always going to be people like that that are going to think that you're, you know, and they always go Satan.
Right.
Satan.
It's extreme.
It's
always
extreme. Let me explain something to you, folks. Hell is not a place, okay? Hell can be right now. You can make your living hell right now. All right, you're not going to die and go to a fiery place where there's this guy dressed in red with smoke and fire everywhere. It doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't work like that. No.
I mean, you go to queer church. You go here. You go to Sunshine Cathedral.
I go here. I went to Sunshine Cathedral on
for Easter. How was Easter service? I love the bishops.
Listen,
my God.
It's great. And what Gabe Salazar has done with the choir and how he's like kicked it up 3 notches from, you know, just even Easter last year. It was incredible. Lenora J was one of the featured artists this year, so she came out and she sang a big Stephen Schwartz song. It was a When You Believe. It was a really, really great service. I loved it.
And you can watch it. And that you can watch.
And it was similar to what you just said, by the way. Similar to what you just said, not to interrupt you, but similar to, you know, once you pass, when you die, you're not going to arrive at, you know, a white, cloudy fence that says heaven, and you're not going to arrive at an inferno that says hell. You can create your own heaven right now. You can also be in your own hell by being in your own head in the wrong way right now too. So 100%. Really hone into that. I love that. But yes, you can stream Sunshine Cathedral at any time on their
watch
Facebook.
It. It'll say Easter Sunday. Watch it. I just
great.
pulled up Christopher Hamblin performing.
Oh, I was
like, what? At Sunday service at Sunshine Cathedral. So my point is that you never know who's going to pop up.
Who's going to show up, right?
You know, they have 2 services. Look it up, all right?
9 and 10:30.
Sunshine Cathedral is your queer church.
Yeah.
And it's our
We
queer
love
church.
it.
That is an important conversation for our LGBTQ community. Help us tell these important stories by liking and subscribing to The FayWhat Show. Let's Kiki on this interesting story. Isabela Merced played The Last of Us Part 2 video game before she was even cast as Dina. Now, Merced steps into the queer romance at the heart of HBO's The Last of Us Season 2, sharing a quiet, emotional kiss with Bella Ramsey's Ellie. Talking about the filming of that scene, she said, quote, all the gay women on the set, we all went and watched playback like people were crying, end quote. Merced praises the show's raw portrayal of queer characters, unbothered by the inevitable backlash. She said, quote, they're gonna have to put up with it. Sit back and watch or don't. It's just the realness of gay people existing, not like, oh, they're gay, but more, oh, they're human. End quote. Isabela Merced on queer love, clickers, and that kiss. What are we all talking about? Are you watching The Last of Us?
I am watching The Last of Us. I love the first season, part, whatever we want to call it. I'm up to date with what we're speaking about right now. What I'm crazy dumbfounded with is that it's 2025 and we're still having a conversation and people are still surprised that they're two people of the same gender, same sex, two women, two men, kissing, showing love, intimacy, PDA, anything, that it's still a headline, that it's still something that is made to be such a big deal because it's not normalized yet. It's like, I love to see it, obviously, on my television. We love the representation, right? We love seeing women in love with women on our screen. I don't love that it's just not the norm. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, and I didn't love, I'm not going to, first of all, I saw 2 nights ago, episode, and I'm not going to spoil it for you, I'm going to give you 1 week.
By the way, it's our norm. It's not the norm, like, I'm saying, like, the two women loving each other. It's our norm.
Yeah.
It's not, like, the norm of television. That's what I meant. Sorry.
No, that makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense. It's just, like, and it should already be. Like, we're so past that, you know? Right. So like I was saying, I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it, but I will give you a week. Next week, I'm spoiling it for you. I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm giving you the heads up now. I love that Bella Ramsey, I want to say she's non-binary.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
She's they.
Bella is,
Excuse me. My apologies
Bella
for
Ramsey
mispronoun. And so I love that falls into her job, you know, and that she's able to be herself. And I love that they just said, Isabela said that there was a bunch of lesbian or gay cast members on set that were like, oh my God, this is incredible.
Too,
you know? Now, with that, I will say that I didn't like that right after they did have this kiss, they had a cast member, it was part of the script to say, nasty dykes or something like that. Like he said a derogatory thing.
Like
which later on he apologizes for.
Right.
But like, why did we need that, right? So that just tells me that, like, the world has ended, right? This pandemic has killed off everybody, right? And yet still we have issues with gay people.
Still. Well, that's the importance of the fight, unfortunately. But yes.
No, you're right.
That's the importance of why we do this, why we get in bed, why we spotlight these stories, because unfortunately, at the end of the day, there's always going to be another hurdle. But God hands us things that we can handle.
Of course.
And that's tea.
And that's facts right there.
Yeah.
This is an important conversation for our LGBTQ community. Help us tell these important stories by liking and subscribing to The FayWhat Show. Here at The FayWhat Show, we need to help my gay boys. I mean, gay boys run through my blood. They are my existence, all right? So in our segment called Dear FayWhat, I provide my expert lesbian knowledge and my vast experience as a living, breathing gay boy in a lesbian's body to help my fellow gay boys. This week, he's a handsy top. Sent me an email. Okay. Dear FayWhat, I recently went on a first date with this guy I met online. He suggested Six Flags. Bold move. I know, but I figured roller coasters are a great way to break the ice. We met up, got along instantly, and things were going great until we hit the first line for a ride, and things got a little more physical than I expected, especially for a first date, and especially in public. I'm talking full-blown PDA. He was grabbing me, brushing against me, and he even tried to French me while we were waiting for churros. I was honestly caught off guard. Part of me was like, whoa, this is hot. And the other part was like screaming, oh my God, there are children here. Please don't get us kicked out of Looney Tune land. Now, here's where it gets tricky. I didn't hate it, but I also felt super self-conscious. Was it because I'm not into PDA, or is it my lingering fear of being judged or targeted for being visibly queer in a public space? In other words, I couldn't tell if I was uncomfortable because it just wasn't my thing, or it was internalized shame that was ruining what could have been a fun encounter. Am I being a prude, or are my instincts trying to tell me something? How do I know the difference between personal boundaries and societal fear so that I can decide whether or not to give him another shot? Signed, he was a handsy top.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Wow. Well, thank you so much for sending us. Because, I mean, this really, I can feel the turmoil, right?
I felt this. And I can tell you right away, it's the latter. It's the shame thing that you're feeling. Because if you are saying that it could be all of that, It's that, sister.
Yeah.
Now listen. Do I want to be fingered next to a 4-year-old on a Ferris wheel? No. But I do think that there is something hot about, like, that kind of cat and mouse of PDA. And when it's new, there's another level of it being hot. It can be a little bit creepy if you're not into it on the first
That's what I was going to say, the first date.
Like, I wonder if there were, like, some, like, dirty
Were there sexting
photos
beforehand?
before it, something like that.
Yeah.
But, what, like, was it a blind date? Did they meet it? You know, I need to know that,
Yeah.
But it kind of sounds like you liked it a little bit.
Yeah, I think you liked it. And unfortunately, we have that internalized shame.
Right,
we have that internalized shame. You know, the reality that unless it's one magical weekend and I'm in Orlando at the parks and I see the rest of the queer family there, I'm not one that's all over my wife.
No,
when there's kids around. It's just... it's a societal thing. Like, you know, I don't want them to look at me and I don't want to give off that kind of I don't mean example. There's nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong. Even if I was a straight human, I still wouldn't be majorly into PDA.
Yeah.
Like, that's just me.
Yeah.
I don't love, like, I'll hold my husband's hand, you know, but I don't love, like, don't massage me in public.
Yes.
Don't, like, kiss my neck.
Yes.
It's cringe.
Yes.
For me, it's cringe.
Well, and even, like, no offense, like Eric said, like, I don't want to see straight people doing that, right? As a gay person,
I just don't want to see people doing it.
So,
you know?
Period.
Anyone, anything.
You know?
Yeah.
So, that top was handsy. I'll tell you this, for the first date, a little much. But again, like Eric said, it all depends. Like, if you met on an app and you had been sexting for months and then all of a sudden you met.
There's something you're not telling us.
There was all that built up.
Yeah, there's something you're not telling us.
You know what I mean?
There was a period of time.
You explained a lot except for that one little
for
prequel.
The beginning.
Prequel.
And also, a point that we should really point out. Keep this man Six Flags for a first date.
Isn't that fun?
That's money, by the way.
Oh, that is money.
That entrance fee to get into Six Flags is not cheap. So,
oh my God.
Yeah.
Where is Six Flags? Jersey, Pennsylvania? Where
Jersey,
is it?
I think.
Yeah,
I
haven't been there since I was in high school.
I think there's a few. But
and it's probably like $150 to get into now.
I'm sure now. I'm sure it's more. I'm sure it's more now. So if he was paying my way for Six Flags for the first date, I'd probably see him again.
Right, yeah. Okay,
yeah.
that part.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you so much. Keep those emails coming. We love it, all right? Keep those emails coming at FayWhat@happeningout.com, okay? So this is an important conversation for our LGBTQ community. Help us tell these important stories by liking and subscribing to The FayWhat Show. Let me remind you that the Hotspots Happening Out nonprofit travel club is planning an amazing Florida AIDS Walk cruise on November 2nd from Miami. The 3-day cruise is on the gigantic 170,000-ton MSC Seascape, and it starts at just $199. That's less than $200. It supports some of the most important LGBTQ nonprofits in South Florida. Special parties, events, and even a 3-day open bar and Wi-Fi package are available for just $68. And that's unlimited cocktails, beer, wine, sodas, coffees, bottled water, and Wi-Fi for $68 for all 3 days. This is the only cruise like it in 2025. Join us at Hotspots Happening Out to support our mission for the LGBTQ plus community.
Welcome to the newest trip from the nonprofit travel club, Florida AIDS Walk Pride Cruise aboard MSC Seascape, departing November 2nd, 2025. Celebrate pride and unity on this one-of-a-kind 3-day cruise aboard the luxurious MSC Seascape, all starting from just $199. Your journey begins in Miami as you board the stunning MSC Seascape, a $1 billion, 170,000-ton masterpiece of Italian design, offering incredible amenities, exclusive events, and a vibrant community of travelers united by a great cause. The MSC Seascape is a 5-star state-of-the-art new ship. This 170,000 giant ship boasts unique features like the glass-floored Bridge of Sighs, panoramic elevators, and a replica of the Statue of Liberty. The onboard design pays tribute to New York City, featuring Times Square-inspired spaces and a breathtaking LED wall. You will want to sail in the world's best cabin category called MSC Yacht Club. This luxury cruise within a cruise is a private 3-deck top of the ship private club. The Yacht Club includes private reception 24 hours a day, a gourmet private restaurant, a luxury lounge with open bar and food 24 hours a day. Available to just 200 guests. Your yacht club has a private sun deck and private pool. There are so many other features that makes this a once-in-a-lifetime experience. The nonprofit travel club is unique in that we are not a travel agency. We are a nonprofit 501c3 company that uses educational travel to raise funds for the community. With us, you travel for good. And that is what you do on this cruise as you support the Florida AIDS Walk and the beneficiaries that provide support to our community. Our trips are special because they include so much. Onboard activities and exclusive parties at Ocean Cay are all part of your travel package. Not just that, this Pride Cruise also offers you unlimited open bar package with cocktails, beer, wine, sodas, coffees, and bottled water, along with Wi-Fi aboard the ship and on Ocean Cay for just $68. Plus, you get access to over a dozen bars and exclusive beach events. Your open bar package is unique in that it is valid on ship and all day and evening at bars on the private island. Your wonderful Florida AIDS Walk Pride Cruise begins on day 1 as you board MSC Seascape as early as 11 a.m. You enjoy an exclusive open bar cocktail party with Florida AIDS Walk reunion guests. Tonight, you have an exclusive invitation to the Travel Club dance party. There are shows and great dining choices awaiting you. On day 2, you visit what Condé Nast readers say is the world's best cruise line private island. $1 billion was spent to create this magnificent marine reserve. Ocean Cay features incredible beaches and lagoons. When you participate in our exclusive $68 open bar and Wi-Fi package, all services will be available to you at more than a dozen island bars. You will enjoy lunch at the main Ocean Cay Pavilion and more than a dozen food trucks that provide unique food opportunities. Plus, the Florida AIDS Walk Cruise will have several events today. This morning, you will participate in our pavilion and beach party called Seize the Day. It will be the only daytime beach party with a DJ and great beach dance music. Tonight, you are invited to Roar on the Show, where you have bonfires, a DJ, an open bar, and a thrilling rainbow light show at the Ocean Cay Lighthouse. Your day will be one of the best tropical experiences of your life. Tonight, once you are back on the ship, you participate in our exclusive invitation to the Travel Club's dance party. Your amazing cruise to celebrate the Florida AIDS Pride Cruise comes to an end on day 3. Enjoy a farewell breakfast and you can get off the ship as early as 7:30 a.m. By being on this trip, you have not only had fun, but also have helped so many Florida AIDS Walk beneficiaries. Secure your spot with just a $99 deposit for the interior, ocean view, balcony, and suites, or pay just $299 for the exclusive Yacht Club category. Flexible interest-free payment plans are available for just $49 per month. Protect your trip with travel insurance starting at $36, or choose cancel for any reason coverage starting at just $67. Book now at the Travel Club website and be part of this unforgettable journey. Celebrate pride, luxury, and making a difference. Don't miss this one-time only cruise in 2025.
So that's it. That's the FayWhat show. I hope that you had fun. Thank you so much to Eric Restivo for joining me in bed. I just love to be in bed with him. I know that sounds weird coming from a lesbian, but I truly enjoy it. I want to take it to my house and just do it there without filming. Anyway, I love it. I love Eric Restivo. Make sure you follow him on all social media outlets. He's doing so many incredible things. So folks, I'm really passionate about trying to connect the L and the G in our LGBTQ plus community. And I got to tell you that sometimes it's hard for us girls. But if we believe we are one strong community, then we must support all the letters of our LGBT and Q plus. We open every show with a nod to Mary Tyler Moore and That Girl's Marlo Thomas. This show is dedicated to a strong LGBTQ plus community. I just encourage you to be a little bit kinder, a little bit funnier, and to embrace our tremendous diversity because it really is what makes us so damn strong. Until then, make sure you follow me on all social media outlets, Facebook, IG, Blue Sky, TikTok, YouTube, follow FayWhat. Okay? Until next Tuesday at 9 a.m. live or anytime on demand, I'm FayWhat, and I'm #ThatGirl. I wish you a week full of sunshine and rainbows. Please consider fostering or adopting a pet in need. Love you. Stay gay.
Great clothes, gay boys, #ThatGirl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, #ThatGirl. Pride-filled tea dance, Wilton is that girl, Latina, but she's universal too.